Throughout my career as a CPA in public accounting, I have always preached really hard to my clients that you've really got to differentiate, also known as unique selling proposition. But I've always told them that you've got to stay ahead of your competitors and figure out ways to outsmart them and set yourself apart. But as the years have rolled by, I've come to the realization that differentiation is really obsolete. It's dead, it's outdated. So what has replaced differentiation? What's made it obsolete? Are you ready for this? Innovation. I'm Curtis Mulberg, and that's what we'll cover in this episode of An American Entrepreneur. So as we look at business today, it's really evolved and become much more advanced, much more beyond differentiation. And what I mean by that is I've looked, everybody differentiates on the same ideas, such as warranty, products, service, fast service, friendly service, etc., to the point where there's no differentiation. Everybody's doing the same thing. So if you really want to move forward, you've got to innovate. Case in point, look at Uber, Airbnb, Uber Eats. Sure, it doesn't have to be high tech, but you've got to be able to move forward way past your competitors. And innovation is so far beyond and advanced, and I think it's really in line with our world today. So my definition of innovation in its simplest terms is this. Innovation is a product, process, or service that solves a problem, whether large or small, in a way that kicks ass. That's simple. So many of these innovations will spawn new industries, so many more new jobs, and even competitors. So let's take a look at Blockbuster and Netflix. Back in September 2000, Blockbuster could have bought Netflix for $50 million, but Blockbuster was arrogant. Netflix approached Blockbuster to buy them, but Blockbuster thought it was a joke. And look what happened. Blockbuster is now completely gone, which I find very hard to believe. How did Blockbuster actually think there would not be new delivery methods? Did they actually think people would always continue to drive to their store? It's a sad example. The movie entertainment industry is really more evolving. Take AMC theaters. They've opened companies called Dreamscape, whereby you go in and you sit in these chairs and you wear these goggles. Basically, it's virtual reality. And these chairs move around and vibrate and make you feel like you're in the movie. So these theaters are much smaller. No longer do they need to rent these giant spaces with these huge theaters and the big screen anymore. This is the future of movie industry. Other examples of innovation would be something that's maybe a little more mechanical. How about tankless water heaters versus conventional water heaters? I've got a tankless water heater and it decreased my electric bill by at least 20%. People have these conventional water heaters, these 30, 40, 50-gallon water heaters that are heating water 24/7, even while you're asleep or you're gone at work. But a tankless water heater heats the water on demand when you need it and you don't run out. I assure you this is not a tankless water heater commercial, but I have one and they're amazing. Some people believe there are two categories of innovation. One is evolutionary and one is revolutionary. Evolutionary is more on a incremental, small changes over time. But I believe that's just pretty much another way to describe differentiation. But revolutionary, these are the disruptors. These are the innovations that really turn industries upside down on its head and really catapults new industries, new businesses, and creates not just millionaires, but new billionaires. I mean, Twitter. Isn't Twitter just another variation of email or a text message? But look how huge they've become. Look at Apple Computer. Apple never invented anything. They stole other companies' ideas and marketed it. They changed it, rolled it out, and presented it as if it was their own invention, when in fact they just stole the ideas. But hey, life's not fair, especially business. So instead of preaching to clients about differentiation, now I preach to clients about adopting a mindset in your company for innovation. Have time set aside, maybe a few hours a month, and have meetings where you brainstorm on all the different ideas, the things you can do to change your product or service upside down. And brainstorm to the point where no idea is too crazy or too ridiculous. And then step it back, read those ideas, and look and see it for sure, are any of them really not absurd? And explore ideas to make them a reality. You'd be surprised at some of the things you could come up with. Also, remember too that as you roll out new innovations, beware the copycatters, because they'll definitely take innovations and present them like Apple, or maybe change them such a way that make them even more novel, more innovative, therefore leaving you in the dust. And there you've done all the R&D, but they did the easy part, just like Apple. So as you look at our world today and how innovation is really changing just about every kind of industry, you can see why that if you're not changing well beyond differentiation, but really going into the realm of innovation, you're going to get left behind. So I hope this video added value. If so, please hit the like and subscribe button. And I would love to hear your views and your opinions on, is differentiation really obsolete? Do you agree with that? Do you think now in our age of business and technology, we've moved into an age of innovation? And if you're not innovating, you are being left behind. I'm Curtis Mulberg, and I'll see you again soon on another episode of An American Entrepreneur.